I'm Kyle.
Justin. Bruce.
Susie. Rachel.
I'm Rodney.
And I'm Tyler.
And this is our Donut Dynasty.
Go Donuts!
I'm Kyle.
Justin. Bruce.
Susie. Rachel.
I'm Rodney.
And I'm Tyler.
And we're the Hendershots!
Plus one.
Go Donuts!
Now when I was just a little boy.
I'm Rachel Hendershot, and we are here in Cridersville, Ohio, a place nobody knows. It's Cridersville, although you could probably call it Crittersville, because I'm pretty sure you can look outside and see the raccoons running. Lots of animals, very small, everybody knows each other, and there's nothing to do. The best part about Cridersville, Ohio is the rabbit hunting. I love going outside whenever it's season. There's tons of them everywhere because we have piles of wood in the backyard down by the creek. The worst part of Cridersville would probably be the fact that I'm a teenage girl and there's nothing to do. The mall is horrible and there's nowhere to go shopping. I am a color guard girl, down to the core. I just love spinning the flag. Last year was my first season, and this year I made the squad again, and I am going to kill it this year, hoping to get squad leader. I am a cheerleader, love cheering, one of my new passions. I just love supporting my team, go Indians. I love hunting with my father. It's probably one of the favorite things we like to do together. It's one of our bigger bonding moments because my brothers never come with us. I've never been hunting with them. It's always just been my dad and I, so it's kind of been like our little secret thing to do together.
My dad's a very exciting person. He's definitely instilled in us kind of a Hendershot way of doing things. You do it to the fullest extent and you put everything you've got into it. One of the things that I love doing with him is just sitting down and letting him spit ideas back and forth with me. A lot of times he has crazy ideas he wants to talk about, whether it be opening a new line in the jewelry store or putting in another row of raspberries in the backyard. He likes to bounce ideas off of me, and I like that because it kind of gets that creativity kind of instilled in me and always looking at things from a different angle. Yes, I am thinking about taking over the business someday. It is something that interests me. The family business is not just one thing. It's pretty much just a web of about a billion different things. We have an auto glass shop, we've got a jewelry store, we've got different types of lots that we rent out. It's not really as much as a business as an empire. Of course I want to be the empress. I'm the princess of the business anyway. It's my job to inherit it. Besides, from the way I see it, my dad's been trying to give this job off to little boys. You shouldn't be sending little boys to do a woman's job.
Oh snap! Do you really believe that?
Yes.
Tell me more about that.
I really do believe that. Because my brothers, all three of them have gone off to go into college. You know, Tyler went off and he set himself up to do medical school. Kyle's still in college, he's looking towards getting a psychology degree. Justin's definitely going off to do forensic science. If my dad hasn't noticed by now, I'm the one that's setting myself up to actually do the job rather than just saying that's what I want to do. It annoys me a ton that my brothers think that they can just go ahead and take it over. That's not the life that they chose when they went into college. They're only coming back because now the opportunity's here. I was looking forward to taking over the business whether or not we had the opportunities we have today. I think opening the bakery has been a good idea just because food is something people always want and it looks like a great business. A lot of different businesses monopolize on it.
Monopolize?
How do you say that?
Monopolize.
Monopolize? The game Monopoly.
Monetize?
I don't know. I say words wrong all the time.
Like what? What
I'm
else?
smart, but I don't pronounce things correctly. I can't say monopolize. Ever asked me to say roof? Wallet? I don't know. If you ever ask me why my dad does something such as buying a bakery, I literally don't know what to tell you. I'm not inside his head, nor do I ever want to be near that. If I follow in my dad's footsteps, I will definitely be successful. But the only problem with me actually following his footsteps and working with him is we're both alpha dogs. And if we've learned anything from wolf packs, alpha dogs will fight for the throne and for being leader of the pack. And the last thing I want to do is have to fight with my dad because I'm pretty sure I'd win. My dad's starting to get a little older and it's time that he hands this down to somebody who's ready to take it over. Donut Dynasty, I think, could really be a hit. All we have to do is get the first one set up here in Wapak near Cridersville, and then we can start expanding the business. I think we could really take over northwestern Ohio. We could be the ultimate donut dynasty. What makes the Donut Dynasty so special is that it's starting out small, but it has the potential that it could grow to be pretty much anything we wanted. Donuts are something that everybody knows. It brings everybody together. You can hand a donut to somebody in California or someone in Idaho, they know what it is. So it's something that I could commercially promote anywhere in the world if I really wanted. So I think it's a good idea to go ahead and start it out, start growing, and expand when I can. The donut is universal. America is not apple pie. America is donuts. Everybody knows a donut, and everybody loves a glazed one. Dad's gonna get temperamental, he'll get worse as time goes on, the boys will start yelling, boys will start fighting, things will be thrown, and I'm gonna go inside of my room and hide. There have been a few physical fights in the house. They're not as common as the screaming and yelling, but they still happen. The secret to the Hendershot Empire and how my dad runs his businesses is my dad always has the end result in sight. He's okay taking a little loss on a product now, losing a little money, as long as he knows he's making a customer for life. You know, he's making a connection that he knows this person will come back and will spread the word. And he knows that in the long run, that's going to help the business more than making a little extra dollars on that ring he just sold. These days, when everybody else is talking and talking, my dad's the one that's really delivering. He's the one that's building an empire. Although it looks like in my family that bringing the whole family back would be a disastrous idea, I honestly think that's the glue that's going to keep this business together. My dad built these businesses as my brothers were growing up. He didn't do it for himself, he did it for them. And he did it for me, you know. We're the reason that my dad's trying to expand. In order for this business to really hold up, my dad needs that motivation around.
Yes, non-rednecks hunt. That's not specifically for them. It's a fun pastime to go do with your family. The only redneck that I know would be my dad. I don't know any other rednecks in Ohio around here. They don't really exist around here. It's mostly just my dad. People who are in Cridersville and who spit and act like rednecks and what are not rednecks. They're just Cridersville people. We're not a stereotypical redneck or hillbilly that you would see on TV. We're normal people. We like to go out, we like to hunt, we like to fish, we like to play games like cornhole with the family. Family reunions are a very big thing around here. Although, you know, we don't do anything crazy like going canoeing and flipping a boat like you see on TV. So we have cows on our farm in Spencerville, but they're not at our house, and we don't go tipping them because that's animal cruelty. I'm a selective predator.
I like it.
Choose my prey based on cuteness. The cuter the prey is, the more I want to kill it, and the more I'd like to keep its pelt in my room. The typical Cridersville family doesn't exactly go out to hunt every weekend. They would do that occasionally. They don't really go outside, you know, they mow the yard, take care of that. They're not really like my dad, who will go outside with a chainsaw and cut down a couple of trees and then go for a ride around the yard at midnight in the truck and then, you know, almost crash into the pond. That's more of a thing that my dad does. Around here in Cridersville, we're just normal people. You know, kids around here, we go to school, we come home, maybe we go out and do a little hunting. It's normal to see a pretty girl going out to go hunting. I can hunt heels. Bow hunting is my favorite method for going out hunting. In my first shot, I hit the deer straight in the eye. And so I knew from that moment on that hunting was my thing. Katniss does not have anything on me. I'm pretty sure I could shoot a straighter shot than she could. In my part of Ohio, the Hunger Games means getting the rabbit back home so Mom could cook it. The Hendershot family, wow. We are a unique blend of flavors, put it that way. So, you know, when you go to the coffee aisle and you see how they have, oh, you know, hazelnut, vanilla. Well, the Hendershots family is like taking all of that and throwing it all into one bag. You never know what you're gonna get. Got a little bit of crazy, a little bit of insane, a little bit of intelligence, a little bit of seriousness, and then, of course, the fun and the beautiful.
And the modest.
And the modest. Starting probably with my brother Justin in my family. He would probably, I describe him as the cuddly polar bear. He looks very scary and mean, and he is if you get on his bad side. But if you know him like I do, you know he's just as cuddly as anybody else. He's the kind of one that kind of raised me at home because while my other brothers were old enough to drive and get out of the house, he was the one that chose to stay home so that I wouldn't have to be alone. Justin is incredibly protective. One time after we had gone out from an ACT testing, one of his friends had bumped into me, and I knew that his friend had a crush on me, and I'm younger than him by at least 4 years. This is Justin's best friend, and he immediately puffed out his chest like a toad, threw this kid up against the wall, and told him to never speak to me or touch me ever again, or else he would rip him to shreds. Kyle is probably our most prima donna. He's the prima donna of the family. He's the one that likes to go out and have his face on the camera. He's the famous one, and he's the one that everybody at schools knows. There's a couple girls in my school that actually have pictures of him in their locker. Tyler is the oldest of my brothers, and he's the one that's kind of setting the example for all of us. He's always kind of the guidance brother, looking out for me. What drives me nuts about Tyler? One of the things that annoys me the most about my brother Tyler is his dry sense of humor. It's drier than dry wine. What drives me nuts about Justin? How overprotective he is. I haven't been allowed to have a guy friend over since I turned 12.
Really?
Yeah, Justin has a baseball bat in his room, and for every guy that comes over, he'll write his name in Sharpie on it. What drives me nuts about Kyle is how long he takes in the bathroom to do his hair. Even I don't take that long to straighten my hair. He just sits there and plays with it and plays with it. A guy can't use that much gel, come on. My mom in my family is pretty much the glue that keeps everybody together. My brothers would drive me completely insane. I'd probably lock them outside the house like dogs if I could. My mom would not let me. My dad is one of the most insane, bipolar people you'll ever meet. One of the craziest things that my dad did was, I'm gonna buy a bakery. And we all thought he was joking, but the next day he comes home and guess what? He's got the deed. How do I get what I want? One simple phrase, Daddy. It works every time. Would it be safe to say I have my daddy wrapped around my finger? Tighter than a zip tie. If I want something done, I know exactly what to say to get it. Only thing I ever need to say is, Daddy. If I ever want something and that's important to me, all I have to say to my brothers is, I want this. Be a good brother. Go get it for me. Of course my brothers are going to go do that. They know if they don't, then I know where they sleep. I know how to push one brother's button so I get the other one to do what I want him to. I think my Uncle Steve's an alright person. I probably see him more than any of my other brothers do because I hang out with him whenever I go to my grandmother's house. But other than that, I mean, he's not really a part of the family business. He was at one point when my dad was trying to help him out a little bit, get his business started. And my dad did sell him one of the other jewelry stores we opened. But other than that, he wasn't really a big part of our lives. He's kind of just that funny uncle.
Your Uncle Steve takes things from your dad.
So
yes, he's a problem.
Personally, I love my Uncle Steve, but I'm not sure the other people in my family feel the same way. They've all had altercations with him when it came to other businesses in Walpock, especially your jewelry box. And everybody sees my uncle as one type of man. They know him for how he runs his business. And with my dad coming to Walpock, people might stereotype my dad as being the same type of guy as my Uncle Steve. And they're completely two different worlds. They're completely different people in the way that they run their business. And I don't want that to have to reflect back onto my dad because I don't approve fully of the way that my Uncle Steve runs his business. And I don't want that to have to backwash onto my own dad. My Uncle Steve focuses a lot on kind of partying, and he doesn't really have the same strong values as my dad. My dad's very structured in the way that he does things, and he focuses all of his energy in making sure that everybody else's worlds go round. My Uncle Steve's a lone wolf. He's kind of on his own. His worlds revolve around Steve. It's not revolving around anybody else. Starting up the bakery is definitely going to be stressful. It's already been stressful enough having to hear all the fights about getting it running in the first place. So the opening week is probably going to be extremely stressful. My dad's going to expect everybody to be out there. He's going to expect everybody to be helping make donuts the first day, and frankly, none of us really know how to do that yet. We haven't been quite trained. I haven't even actually seen the bakery. I haven't been to the building, so there's a lot that my dad has to get done before it opens, and I don't think he realizes how much work it's going to be. One of the issues that I'm worried about for opening week is that my Uncle Steve's jewelry shop is only a couple doors down from where the bakery is going to be. And I'm kind of scared that he might come in the first day and throw a little havoc. My dad's brother always expects, that he's going to get something out of it. He always has. My dad's always been the guy that helps him out when he's, fallen down. He's always given him a little bit of piece of the pie. Well, this time, it's not going to be meant for my Uncle Steve. He's not going to get any, and he might not be too happy with that. He's had altercations with each of my brothers. I'm pretty much the only one that hasn't gone to a full-blown fight with him before. And this time, if my Uncle Steve decides to come in and try to pick a fight with my dad, I'm going to be the one stepping up, because I'm not a little girl anymore. I can fight my own fights now. In our community, the Hendershot name means respect, and that's exactly what you'll give it. I believe that there is potential in the bakery to become a donut dynasty, and I really think that it's going to expand and it'll be big. My dad is a hoarder. We have multiple buildings around the house where he has kept everything from our baby clothes all the way up to old tools that he used to use when he worked on houses. If you know what a carnival is, that's exactly what date night at my house would be. It would be absolutely insane. Horrifying beyond all belief.
Because?
And my dad likes to pick on people, and he likes to kind of, poke at them, see how far he can get them to go, see if he can make them laugh. He likes to get to know people. But the scary thing about that is my dad's not exactly subtle about it. He's one to get all up in your face.
With my dad, what happens is he comes home at night and just tells you, I'm going to put in the orchard tonight. I'm going to buy a bakery. You don't really expect it.
I'm Kyle.
Justin. Bruce.
Susie. Rachel.
I'm Rodney.
And I'm Tyler.
And this is the Hendershot Way.
Go Donut!